Hey YouTube, welcome back. Where to even start this whole proof, the receipts? Was it sent? Was it not? Was it donated? Was it not? It has gone, I mean, it's not just gone up a notch. I mean, it's exploded, right? Now some of the things I've predicted a few days earlier in my other video seem like they're taking shape and starting to happen. It's just a giant mess. I caught the Sunflower Bees stream yesterday, and a couple of Diane's friends went up there to try and answer some questions. Well, I believe Wendy did seem like she was trying to answer questions and somehow quell this, which at this moment in time, that's the only thing that is going to quell any of this, and that's transparent information. I was shocked to hear her say a couple of things, because from how I understood it, when asked if they'd seen Diane, now Randi said, yeah, I saw a picture of her on holiday last year. Well, my jaw hit the floor. She didn't say, we're on video call every day, what are you talking about? Of course I've seen her. She didn't say, we've done regular video calls since we met. She didn't say any of that. She said, I got a photograph of her on holiday last year. And I'm like, what? And then it was as equally mystifying and shocking the way that Wendy responded to that question, because she said, I trust the person I speak to. She could neither confirm that they'd even clapped eyes on this woman, right? No one so far now has seen this woman on a video call. And Diane, when this query before has come up, you know, we're trusting someone that we haven't even seen, right? Which is fair enough, but to some degree on the internet, that's on us, right? You don't have to show who you are. You certainly don't have to cam up. That's fine, that's fair enough. But when you look at the levels of trust that we're giving somebody that we haven't seen, that we can't verify, right? And that we are, and I don't mean me as in specifically, I mean we as in general, are throwing money at under the concept and the belief that it's going to a charity, then you do have to start questioning who the hell has even seen this woman. I mean, like, this isn't rocket science. We are in a chat believing that there's a certain individual behind this image that she uses and presents as her, right, as her identity on the internet, but she's collecting money. She has been collecting money. It's been the selling point of her channel that when you super chat me, out of the goodness of my heart, I do not put it in my pocket. I send it to a children's charity to help people suffering with cancer, right? So we're not checking. So yeah, to some degree, because we're using a middleman, because remember, it's not just ever being a direct link to St. Jude, which would be, again, fine. You're anonymous, we don't know what you look like, you've never cammed up, your friends haven't seen you, but you're using a direct link. Totally legitimate and fine. I couldn't question that. It's a direct link, there's nothing to question. You know where it's going. But when it comes to the fact that we don't know, nobody can actually verify, she hasn't even cammed up for her friends, like, that is a huge area of this that seriously needs verifying before it really starts, that aspect of it starts snowballing, because for me that is unbloody real. She has come on panel several times and announced to us, I cam up with my friends, they've talked to my friends on video call all the time. And now when I look back and I recall their answers to that, like if they were on panel while she was saying that, I can't actually recall them saying, yes, of course we've seen her. Oh, I just want that part clearing up, it's bothering me. I'm like, surely that what was understood and what was meant are two different things, right? So I'm hoping that that's just a, I'm just hoping that that's an oversight, right? And how they answered, it was because they were under pressure, there was a lot going on, they're upset, they're anxious, they're stressed, right? They care about the friend. they're trying to be careful with the answers so they don't make it worse for the friend. Completely normal human behaviour under the circumstances. But the fact that she piped up, her words bothered me. Randy's words bothered me because she didn't say, I can't. Like, if someone says to you, have you seen your friend, right? Have you even seen her? Are you going to say, of course I have, I got a photograph sent to me on holiday from last year? Like, what? What? So you've not video called then? Is that what? Because that's how I interpreted it. Because if someone was saying to me, have you seen your friend? You would answer it, wouldn't you? As honestly and as completely as you could. And her honest and complete answer was, she sent me a picture of herself on holiday last year. But that doesn't mean anything. Do you know what I mean? I mean, did she have shades and a sun hat on, and was it taken in a distance? I mean, it doesn't mean anything. Has she ever cammed up for you, right? Because if she's never cammed up, she's hiding her background, right? And I don't mean her personal background, I mean her living background. You don't get to see anything in the background of what's going on. I mean, this cannot be, for me, this is the, like, for me, this is like the equivalent of someone hitting the fire alarm. This is just panic stations. Somebody really needs to clear that up and confirm that they have indeed witnessed their friend several times on video call. One area that I really think, one other area that's bothering me is the fact that when we're seeing Diane show up in certain chats in the live streams, just in the side chat, and even when we saw her last night on Randi's, she will not say, people, I assure you, any super chats I led you to believe were going to St. Jude, I sent them there. People, I promise you, you don't need to panic, you don't need to worry. I sent the money where I said I was sending it. She won't say those words. And those words are the words that the people need to hear. It's a simple sentence. Yes, I sent the money to St. Jude like I said I would. And the other aspect of it that's bothering me, and it used to bother me when she always used to say, it's under the thing of ladies' night, because again, this isn't a new issue. This issue hasn't just come up in the last few months, right? I've had thoughts on that the receipts should be shown and that we shouldn't just be letting people run around saying they're doing this with the money, they're doing that, and they don't show receipts, all right? Because you can't deny that St. Jude, that letting people know that sending the super chat to St. Jude is a huge psychological selling point, right? It naturally encourages people, especially emotional thinkers or people that, you know, I mean, it's cancer, it's kids. It doesn't matter if you're not, what kind of thinker you are, even if you're a logical, rational thinker, the concept that your super chat goes to poorly, dying or terminal or trying to heal these children, it's a selling point, super chatting those type of channels. It's a selling point, right? And now it's come out that you can't do that with your super chat because even YouTube recognizes that it's a manipulation tactic to possibly get people to donate, and they've no actual evidence or proof that you sent it to where you were going to send it. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed, under the guise of telling people or your followers or your subs that if you super chat me, this money is going to an emotional setting. It's going to something, you know, like a tragic, horrendous place, all right, to help people going through the worst moments of their life. It's a selling point, and according to YouTube, nobody's allowed to do that. You're not allowed to be telling people that if you super chat me, it's going here, 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 because even they're aware that it tricks people into lighting up the super chat. So the part about ladies' night that bothers me, when she used to say it, she used to say on my thing, it's from ladies' night, right, or the accounts in ladies' night. Because both of those streams that she does a week, only one of them's ladies' night and the other one's whatever the other one is, right, or supposed to be. So it used to bother me because I used to think, why wouldn't it just be in Diane's channel? Because are you saying then that any super chats you get on the other stream that's not an official ladies' night stream, that that money then doesn't go to St. Jude. You know what I mean? I've queried that, because if you're saying it's ladies' night, it sounds to me like you're differentiating between the two streams that you have per week. It's just the ladies' night streams that's believed that the super chat goes to St. Jude, and the other stream, possibly she keeps it, they split it, they spend it, whatever, it's up to them, it's their money, right? Or whatever it is she's advertising as it has. So that part bothers me. And then last night I heard her say that she has not, her name or her account with St. Jude is not in any name that we'd be able to find. And I tend to worry with that statement as well, because I'm wondering, is this like the insurance policy, right, that people tend to use ahead of time to get out of something coming up later? So if this is all going to lead towards that we can't tell if any donations were sent, and she's going to continue saying or trying to have people believe that all that money was sent there, there's going to be no way to prove it, because we don't know which name or which account to ask about, you know, because people have been calling and verifying this stuff. They've been calling the legal department, and I've had it confirmed myself, of 5 independent people that I trust, right? I trust these people, and I'm like, they're telling me, right, that they called and this is what they were told, and I'm just like, oh my God, it's all real, isn't it? But I don't want to believe it. I am still, you know, going to keep a tiny bit of faith that this is stubbornness or awkwardness, even though I don't believe for a second it is, because she won't just say those few little words to help restore confidence in people. She will not say, I sent your money to where you believed it was going to. All of the money I have ever made on my channel, I sent to St. Jude. And throwing this legal thing in it with Tiffany, you know, going on that she's got legal things, like, these are legitimate questions. They're not against the law questions to be asking someone to see the receipts. And this even didn't start out about all the receipts. She was asking for the receipts on the night she was dragged, because $1,600 was raised. That's a hell of a lot of money, right? Winding people up to hate on someone, and in the meantime telling them, yeah, you know, she's awful, she's this, she's that, she's whatever, but super chat me and it's all going to St. Jude. And I mean, some of the messages on those super chats were just disgusting, just disgusting. So she wasn't initially ever asking for the whole receipts. This whole receipts thing has been a separate ongoing issue that, and I keep hearing people from Team Diane say, why haven't they ever asked before? Why now? People have asked before, and what you're seeing now, this is what happened. She would just dismiss them, but because there wasn't a big enough crowd or enough people willing to stand up and say, do you know what, right, this isn't about how much we like someone or how much we respect someone. It's not about hate, it's not about anything. It's simply about showing the people the receipts that you are indeed doing what you said you would do with the money, right? Not many people would get on, but she just, you've seen her, she dismisses you, she humiliates you, mocks you, mimics you, drags you. That's what you get if you dare. So what do you mean, why now? People have been asking for a long time, or talking about the fact that she doesn't show receipts. It's not a new topic at all. Everybody else, if they were, and then people keep saying, well, do other people have to show where their super chat went? I just think, you can't be that stupid. You've got someone claiming that their super chat goes to St. Jude, right? So you're happy then to hang with a liar, because they keep saying, the people on Team Diane, that it doesn't matter if she kept it because it was her money. Oh, all right then, all right. So you have no problem with being lied to, that she's been telling the whole community that she's been sending it to St. Jude. They'd rather, I mean, they're normalising lying for charity, right? This is what you get with narcissistic behaviour. They normalise the abnormal, right? They'll make it so that it's normal, right? Make you try and believe that what you think's abnormal and this crazy whacked behaviour, it is absolutely fine, right? And you shouldn't have an issue with it. I'm just going to find the timestamp for this, these comments about the friend. I'll just put you on pause a second. Right, here we go. Listen.
I've seen Diane. I've seen Diane. When she was on vacation last year, that she sent me a picture. I've seen Diane.
I've seen Diane. She sent me a picture when she was on vacation last year. That's not the same as seeing someone through FaceTime. I'm sorry, it isn't. I could show you a picture of me from 10 years ago, right? And say it was taken last week. That isn't seeing someone. Two huge things need clearing up for me. Have any of them really seen her on video call, right? Because, like, I think people's minds need putting at rest because this is just blowing absolutely up. Have people seen her on video call? No lying, have you? And two, can she confirm to the audience, to the whole community, that yes, she did. She needs to say it with her own words. I did send all that money that I collected from Super Chat to St. Jude. That's it. There's two things there, two crucial things I think need verifying. Listen to this again.
I've seen Diane. When she was on vacation last year, that she sent me a picture. I've seen Diane.
She doesn't say, we were just on video call yesterday. We're on video call every week. We've been on video call. Oh, don't be stupid. We've been on video call every day for the last 4 years. What are you talking about? Have I seen her? We didn't get that, right? And then listen to what Wendy says. 1 second.
Well,
listen.
Well, does it matter though?
I mean, what are we dealing with here? We're 40-year-old adults and you don't know why it matters. Have either of you ever seen her when we've got someone in the community collecting money for a charity and they won't show proof that it went there and you don't know if it's important, if you've seen her? Let me find the other timestamp.
Yes.
Listen again.
So you feel
Listen.
where you can actually look at somebody and watch them talk to you. I think that's the deal everybody has got with that. You know, you came to, we've seen Wendy on Dr. Phil, but nobody has really seen Diane.
Does it matter?
Does it matter?
Well, it depends on who you're at.
So you're friends with someone that you've never even seen on video call. We've all been sending, not me, we as in the community, we've all been sending her hundreds of dollars, allegedly going to a charity. Does it matter if we've seen her?
And I guess
Obviously not.
So it's kind of hard for people to understand how you and Wendy would be so hardcore rallying behind somebody that you've never actually put your eyes on and had a face-to-face conversation, whether it be through Zoom or FaceTime or whatever. You know,
I don't need to see somebody in order to tell the truth of what I know and what I don't know. I can do that without seeing her face.
The naivety and the answer we get in there, I can do that without seeing her face. That to me is a confession. No, I haven't seen her on video call ever.
I get that. I get that you can do that, but it would be hard for me to continually do.
You've been friends with somebody 4 years, never seen her on a video call, never met up with her, right? Never. She's been collecting money, won't show receipts, and nobody thinks there's a fucking problem.
And me not have, looked at the person when they're...
And what's angering me, right, is I've heard her on streams, Diane, say to the people, I have cammed up on video call, on FaceTime or something with my friends all the time. She has said that. I've heard it. I've heard her say that. So I've always been under the false pretense, believing that these people have seen her. So any doubt in my mind, right, I've kept thinking, but they've seen her. So this part of what I'm thinking's going on doesn't make sense. But here we are getting confirmation that actually no one's seen her.
You have to admit, you can read a person a lot better when you can see them face to face and eye to eye. You can read a person a lot better. Anybody can say anything.
It also says bearing false witness, case Smalls. If you want to...
I'm just going to pause here and we'll be back for the second part. Hey, so we're back. Sorry. The Me personally, I'm mind blown, because now it's looking like neither of the two BFFs of Diane have even ever clapped eyes on her. All we are running off is a voice and the things that they tell us. Right now, how anyone isn't looking at themselves or just looking at this whole thing and just thinking, do you know what, maybe I've been a bit too gullible and naive. Maybe it is about time that these receipts were shown, just to confirm, right? No one's asking her to cam up, no one's asking her for private bank information, but these receipts now more than ever are necessary, because we have believed this whole time that people have seen this lady and she is who she says she is, right? But how can we know that to be true? How can you know that to be true because of what they're telling you? And I'm sorry, but I don't trust anybody else's judgment on another person, especially one of them that has consistently had gone for friends that exude and show over and over again problematic behaviour. I'm not trusting that person's judgment. The fact that we haven't seen her and that she won't tell us, confirm that yes, I sent this money, and everybody's just been handing money over, hand over fist. I'm just like, what in the world is going on? How was this ever set up this way, to just believe this voice? And all this time we've been thinking that people have seen her, their friends have seen her, and that was another selling point of trusting her, because we believed the friends had seen her. Yeah? Something is wrong with this whole picture. Something is wrong here. There's too many red flags for it not to be wrong. This is not, hey, it ain't a witch hunt. Because if you think 400 or 500 people wanting to see the receipts or believing that they should be shown is a witch hunt, what is it 2 nights a week over on her channel when she's dragging people and there's over 700 of you in there? How's that not a witch hunt? Because then after you're dragged in hers, those people that are in a chat dragging him are mean about the people that have just been dragged. And I know, because I've fallen into that trap of doing it myself. I listened to a lady the other day crying because she'd recognised her own behaviour and her own involvement in that. And that's my attitude to it. You get in some of these streams, and de-individuation, Google it. It's like this groupthink transports itself from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, until there's like a huge crowd of people all doing and saying the same type of things. It's deranged. It isn't healthy. Like, it isn't okay. It isn't okay. We have to change this. This isn't drama. It's not drama. Like, consistently going after people or humiliating them and mocking them, that isn't drama. Drama is having an issue with somebody and it being a bit over the top. Yeah, that's drama, which I've already said by definition at its core is toxic, right? Because drama is not being able to resolve issues as an adult. Like, if you can't communicate, right? So when we're talking to someone that we don't like to try and resolve an issue, if we can't communicate with that person without humiliating them, without mocking them, without being cruel, without putting them down, belittling them, mimicking them, shaming them, taunting them, that's a reflection of our own communication skills, right? If we use those traits to go at someone, right, and we're calling it drama, I'm sorry, it's not a drama. It's not drama. It's abusive and it's cruel, and we all need to do better, because we're pushing people when we're involved in that kind of thing. We don't know how far we're pushing them, and people can say it's weak or it's pathetic, but most of the people that come online, and I know for myself, have mental health issues, have stuff going on in their real life. They come there to escape, mix, forget, and it's their escapism, right? That's where they come to escape the real world. So for them same people to find themselves in hot water and to be like villainized or targeted or bullied with like 600, 700, 800 people in chats calling them names. I know from what I went through with the bloody whole Baggate how it makes you feel and how it can affect you, and that was for a short period of time. Some of these people that have been used as drama fodder or whatever you want to call it, it's happened to them consistently over and over, and you don't know what you're pushing people to do. Like, do we have to respond to every like I was in somebody housewife chat last night, right? And anytime anybody came in saying something crazy or a troll came in, I mean, they were barely even acknowledged, if at all. They just skipped over it and carried on. They didn't use somebody coming in as an excuse to, you know, grandstand and start humiliating and belittling and trampling all over somebody that came in. Like, we don't have to react that way. If we listen to how Diane was on Randi's panel last night, it was bothersome for me in the way of that she wouldn't put out that, yes, I want you to have confidence in me. I did send that money. I'm going to show you that I sent the money where I said I was going to do it. I'm going to put all your minds at rest and clear this up. She did not say any of those words, did not try to reignite any faith or confidence in any of the people. It was all me, 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 me. There was no self-accountability, self-responsibility for any of this mess. And I heard, and somebody said, you know, we're in this position because receipts weren't shown from the beginning consistently, or because this then wouldn't have happened, because if the receipts were always shown, right, this wouldn't be like this now. And that's totally true. There wouldn't be nothing to go after her for, because those receipts have an invoice number on. You can call yourself and confirm, is this a real receipt? They will tell you it's a real receipt. So that clears up the receipt aspect, right? If there was monthly receipts or even quarterly receipts, that shows a pattern, right? So even though you can't, even if she refused to give the amount, it shows a consistent pattern that payments were made. And unfortunately, you know, it might have to be that would have to be what was accepted, right? But we're not being shown anything, and that one with the invoice number blacked out is so, I mean, it's mind-blowing because of how relevant it was in finding out that Tucker was faking his receipts. And somebody made some anomaly yesterday with 2 receipts, and I didn't get the total gist of it, but they were saying that the same kid in the background or something was used on the other receipt. And how would that be a coincidence? Like, it's a huge coincidence because there's obviously hundreds of kids at St. Jude or that have used their services. So it's odd that this receipt, that this thank you thing that Diane's shown, it's got the exact same image. But anyway, someone was going to confirm whether that's true. So I've had so far 5 people independent of STS and Lisa confirm to me that they indeed did call St. Jude. They asked to speak to the legal department, and Diane's over there saying, you know, that they're hounding St. Jude. They need to stop calling. Look, it's not just one person in St. Jude being reamed by hundreds of callers. There's different departments, okay? They have been calling, as I've understood it, the specific legal department to ask for information on this case, whatever it is, right? And they have had it confirmed to them that yes, there's an investigation. And 2 of the people that I know that made the call recorded it, and I believe them. So I'm trying to stick to what I know as being real, right? There's the recording that they did call. There's 5 of them that I've known a long time, and I trust them. They've said that they've not seen her on a video call. They've not done FaceTime. She won't use she won't use these crucial words that people need to hear right now. yes, your money went to where I said it was going to go. She's not taking no self-responsibility, no accountability for any of this mess. You know, she could have come on last night and said, look guys, I apologise. A lot of this is down to me. I'm going to take responsibility of it and I'm going to clear it all up come Friday, right? I'm going to show these people what they want to see. Wouldn't do that. Wouldn't do that. So that tells me she's happy with all this going on. She might be being annoyed, right? And people can keep saying she doesn't care what people think. Listen, right? She had a wrench on Wendy V's to control us in the comment section, right? Then, after that whole bloody narc stream, I wasn't allowed to I couldn't comment nowhere, and she'd be popping up, going nuts everywhere. I mean, there was about 30 comments once under Wendy V's, and she was under every single one, going off and arguing and calling people crazy because they were sharing their experience or their thoughts on what they'd watched happen. And it was just unreal. And then she gets her friend to tell Wendy V to take the clip down to stop us commenting that way, which is why I ended up heading to bloody Twitter in the first place and changing my name on Twitter, because I was just like, wow, so you're going to say all this about me in front of all your people and I can't even respond anywhere, nowhere. Some of the stuff is just, some of the stuff that's going on is just unreal for me. I watched, what the hell did I watch? There was another thing. There was the Sunflower Bee stream, there was Sunbury Housewives, and then there was her on panel last night. And I watched something else that was bothersome, right? It was the leaked Google Meet call that someone posted. The way she was laughing and carrying on with her members, and they were trying to help her come up with, there's always somebody around as soon as I try and do this, as soon as I sit in this car. So she was her people were like helping her come up with stories as to why to tell the other members why certain ones weren't allowed in the Google Meet. And she was just laughing, and then she's saying, oh, guess how many subscribers new members I got 20. Well, obviously some of those are going to be people that just want to come in for the nosy to see what she was saying, because I mean everyone's going stir crazy with wondering what the hell is going on around this whole fiasco. So she wouldn't let certain people into the Google Meet. They were laughing at the other members or subscribers that they can't go in there, it's just for certain people only. And so basically, if you have a question or an issue and you think that she should do the right thing and show the receipts, then you're just like, what? Like a POS? Because she should confirm that all this time when she's been saying my super chat goes to St. Jude, she doesn't believe that she has to show us proof, and people are happy that she was possibly, they're cool with the fact that she could have just been lying, because they're saying she doesn't need to prove anything. It was her money anyway. So if it was her money anyway, why was she telling people that it was all going to St. Jude? Why was she telling people? So you're all good with the fact that she was telling people it's all going to St. Jude, but it's okay if she kept it. These are the same thinking styles surrounding the whole Tucker thing, the exact same thinking styles. Instead of just looking at the facts, they make an emotional decision to make it so that they can just keep liking that person and everything can stay the same. On that panel last night, it felt like the whole chat was being conditioned and streamlined to look at this a certain way and a certain way only, right? She's the victim. She's upset about how she's been treated. She was going on and on and on about how this mother with a poorly child that's a recipient of care from St. Jude is being exploited by the community, right? Well, I know for myself, I'm certainly not exploiting anybody or anything. My issue is the same issue as it was over a year ago, and it's simply that the receipts should be shown, because it's a selling point, a psychological selling point, to have on the front of your channel super chats go to St. Jude, because it makes people make emotional donations because of the cause, because sick, dying or terminal children pulls at the heartstrings. People want to help, right? They want to help. And she can keep saying if she'd have used the direct link, nobody would have used it. Here's how they would have used it. If every, I don't know, half an hour in her stream, she would have it shared in the chat, right? Here's the direct link if you want to make a donation here, right? She could have, I don't know, marketed or focused a small part of the stream on the link, because she likes to keep saying if I just dropped the link or left it in the description, no one would have sent anything, right? I think if it was being dropped in the stream, if that's allowed, I don't even know, but I see people dropping all kinds of links in streams, so I can't see why not. If they were regularly throughout the night, throughout the course of their streams, dropping that direct link to St. Jude, right, you're damn right people would still make direct donations, because when people are through a screen hyper emotional, whether it's hyper happy, right, really happy about what they're watching, or giddy, you know, like giddy, or upset and sad because they're listening to something awful, or worked up and angry, right, about some injustice that they believe's happened, right, like some, you know, all these people came at me and they've been saying this and they've been dragging me, right, stuff like that goes on in the DC. They need a release. They need to point that emotion somewhere, right? Because a lot of us aren't good with self-soothing methods to calm ourselves. We attach onto the emotion that other people are exuding, and that's the problem. But they absolutely would, I believe, have hit that direct link if it was shared throughout the night in those streams. Absolutely. I'm not saying they would have got as much as she might have got in super chat, but then again, they take what, nearly 40%, so who's to say that it wouldn't have balanced out kind of fair? People want to help, and if you're using the direct link for St. Jude's in your streams throughout the night, why wouldn't people hit it? Why wouldn't they? Because you see how much they hit the super chat, they would hit the St. Jude's link. So I don't buy that argument that she uses, that I don't buy the full argument, should I say. I can see how it works, right? Because it's like they get a reward for the super chat, because they get the afterthought of knowing that they did something good, right? They did something good, and people like that. It makes them feel good knowing that they did something good. So anyway, right, this is just a crazy rambling rant. Two areas of concern for me so far are the fact that nobody has done a FaceTime with her, and she won't use those lyrics. Yes, I sent your money to where I said it would go, which was St. Jude, and I didn't really hear her instill confidence into her people last night by telling them, guys, you don't need to worry. I'm going to take accountability. I'm going to be responsible for my part in this mess, right? And I'm going to deal and sort these receipts and whatever. But no, it's all cloak and dagger. You're left wondering. You're like trying to read tone, pitch, the words, dissect what's going on, dissect what's being said. For me, wherever there is confusion, confusion is an amazing tool to use in life to discern what's going on, because things should be clear, right? I'm sure after watching me speak on this, you'll be clear with what I'm saying, right? Wherever there is an element of confusion and it isn't quickly cleared up, the confusion is your huge red flag that there's something very wrong, because confusion exists where things aren't clear and things aren't transparent. So the whole confusion surrounding this whole thing is a problem for me, because for something so simple as to be sending money to a charity, there shouldn't be all this confusion surrounding it. Absolutely not. Anyway, share your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you team receipts or team Diane. She doesn't need to show anything. I don't want to fight. I don't want no hate campaigns. I don't want to be whatever. I'm going to try and do better myself. I need to. I know I need to. So anyway, hey YouTube, welcome back. Hope you're all good. Oh my God. So I made a video after the goings on Wednesday and didn't upload it. I think I made it Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, right? And I was in two minds about uploading it. So I didn't upload it. Now I don't know whether I should just upload it and just, you know, follow this along as it's going, or just stay out of it. But so who knows why I'm back in my car even talking about it, but it's just stuff that's bonkers. Right, so I listened to Diane's, I went back and re-listened to Diane's appearance on Randi's panel, and I missed something the first time that was quite telling. Well, two things I missed, okay? Because in my video that I will, if I upload this, I'll upload that before it, so that, you know, there's like a consecutive order. But in that video, I spoke about that Diane wouldn't use those crucial words that the community really needs to hear right now. And just excuse the state of me, okay? It's Saturday, I'm in my trackies, and when this is done, I'm going out with the dog. So, and the hair, this is what happens when you don't have straighteners or you can't be bothered and you're too lazy. So I went back and listened to that stream of Randi's titled A Quick Message from Diane, and now just listen to this and see what you think. So we wind the window up, then there's no noise. Hang on.
Hush.
Right.
Oh, I wish you never talked me into this. Hush, we're live.
She's laughing.
Kill you.
And then tries to turn it into a bit of a joke because she realises they're live and she could have been heard.
Oh, I wish you never talked me into this.
But I think she's serious
Hush,
there. She sounds mad to me, like she's been forced to come and address her people. She does. She sounds mad.
So, other than that...
And then what's conflicting is how she, her whole tone is very flat in that stream. Very flat tone. The tone, to me, sounds like that of a condemned man, right? Which worries me, because she doesn't sound confident now at all. Gone has the I'm good with God, I'm confident, there's nothing to worry about, these are all losers, they're all on a witch hunt, they're all crazy. There's no confidence there. Now, even though your behaviour would change if you were under a lot of social media pressure from a lot of people online, even though your natural human behaviour would change, if you had 100% proof and evidence to clarify that you haven't done a thing wrong, I can imagine that you would still have that buzz of confidence, because what's there to worry about if you're telling the truth? There's nothing to worry about. And that tone, apart from sounding very stressed and angry, right, it sounds like, to me, I'm seriously picking up that she got pushed to do that stream and make an appearance, probably because her friend, and rightly so, is upset, right? And she's taking bullets. She doesn't want to be on that stream at all. She doesn't want to go. She's not there because it was her decision to address their people and put their minds at rest and, you know, instill some confidence into them. She's there by bloody force. You can listen again.
Oh, I wish you never talked me into this. Hush, we're live.
I wish you never talked me into this. Why the hell did she need talking into, coming on a panel on YouTube when she's on there every single day? She's on there. Why did she need talking it? Why did she need to be talked into coming online and instilling some freaking confidence or some care or some concern into her people? I'm mind blown. She sounds mad, right, that she's had to do it, because who are these people? Do you know what I mean? That's how it comes across to me. And this is an opinion only. This is not fact at all. I know nothing. In fact, you'd be better taking no notice of anything I say ever. And then she turns it around into being, I thought I would come on tonight to, I'll get to it. I'll just shut up and get to it.
Fuck out of here.
See, she even says, get the fuck out of here. There's something wrong.
Well.
And you hear Randy's tone, well, like, I actually think she's a bit shocked because she's like, does she not wonder, why have I had to talk my friend into coming online to speak with all these people that we claim to love and that we claim to think a lot of and that we claim to even care about? All these people that lift you up when it's needed and that are there no matter what. And in this case, unconditionally, right? Because they're even saying, even if she kept the money, it's cool by them. So they're good with Diane lying to them. What they're saying. They're saying, even if she kept the money, it was hers to keep. Right. So you're good with being lied to for 3 years then. Clearly they are, right? So they love unconditionally. Well, love in... There's always something going on behind my car as soon as I come in here. Right, just let me get to the next bit where she lies and says why she came on.
Me into this.
Hush, we're live.
Laughing like it's funny.
So, other than that,
this is towards the end. This next bit
I don't
where they're
think
wrapping it up.
Is there anything else you want to say?
yeah, no, there's nothing more that I want to say now. I just wanted to come on to just quickly say,
I just wanted to come on. You didn't want to come on because we just heard you say you had to be talked into coming on. So you didn't want to come on to say nothing. You didn't give a hoot at all.
that I'm not hiding. I'm just kind
So
of...
all this now, for me, these are lies. I'm not hiding. Yeah, you are.
Observing.
Oh,
what's
I bet you're observing. I bet you're observing.
being said. And
Are you observing your friends being hurt, taking bullets? Are you observing that?
I just wanted to come
We
on
are.
here and say that I wanted to thank everyone who has been...
Oh, yeah.
Total lie. I wanted to come on to thank everyone. No, you got talked into coming on by your friend because it's the right thing to do to address your people. So all this, right, now I know, lies.
Reaching out to me. It's, it's touching my heart. And I knew
Lies.
the people that,
Lies.
reached out to me were people that have always been supporters. And some, some silent ones.
If you had to be talked in to coming on, that makes all this speech false. It makes it all false. Because if you had to be talked into coming on, saying that I wanted to come on and tell you all, I'm not hiding, I'm just observing, I want to thank you all for reaching out. What? Well, you just said that you had to be talked into coming on. I can't believe I let you talk me into this.
In fact, have reached out to me who don't chat and, just say I lurked and, I've been watching it for 3 years. I mean, I had someone, actually say that to me in my members live last night.
We're live.
Oh, I wish you never talked me into this.
Hush, we're live.
Why do you need to be talked into coming on YouTube? I mean, she pretty much lives on YouTube. She's never shy with taking a link and showing up on panel ever, right? Me personally, I don't care if I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I don't think she's going to show tonight because if you go back and listen to that stream, how her tone is, she's very flat, right? She has the tone and voice of a condemned man, which screams guilt to me. Screams guilt. She is so flat, right? Why would you sound so flat if there's nothing to worry about? And this is the problem with it being dragged out this long. Because you're just like, because the behaviours and what's going on is so confusing, it makes you, sorry, my thing is in my camera, because everything's so confusing and so absolutely mind-blowingly upside down right now. You can't help running over the details. You can't help ruminating about this situation. You can't help it, because it's like, I mean, in my other video, when I'm talking about the one that I've not uploaded yet, but that's probably uploaded now, when I'm saying that these people haven't even seen their friend, and I'm just fucking concerned, basically, seriously concerned. I probably will miss whatever does happen if she does go live. I personally don't think she will, just because of how she sounds in this one. She's just, and I keep saying the word and I've said it 100 times, but her tone is just very flat. There's none of the familiar Diane in that tone, is there? You know, the hi guys, hi everyone, it's drama, this is what we do. There's none of that. There's not even I'm good with God anymore. It's just she sounds nervous, apprehensive, right? Very careful. Even at one point, Randi starts to say something and then shuts herself up because she's like, I don't know if you wanted to go into it. And then Diane takes over and said, no, this is what happened. We saw the emotional outburst with Stella. Would that have been yesterday or the day before? It's Friday now. Was that yesterday? That could have been yesterday. Was it? Jesus, I don't know. So we saw the emotional falling out and flipping out at Stella. Just unbelievable, really. Like just bloody mind-blowing. I don't know what else to say. I've been watching the clips. I believe now there's a couple of other instances where there was money raised for a separate charity. I'm not American, so I'm sorry, I can't remember what their names were, but I think one was for something about soldiers or veterans that money was collected for. And how can you not be shook watching what's going on? I haven't watched all of Sam's stream. I was going to react to some of it and add it onto this, but I haven't asked her yet for permission, so I'll take a look at her live. There's some good bits in that while I'm on here now, because I've got I'm racing against the clock here with the daylight, because if not, and I have to film in the house, I've got to move everybody out of the room that I'm going to be using, put the backdrop up, make sure the dog's happy. As soon as she sees me doing anything that's not looking at her, all of a sudden she suddenly needs my attention. There's the birds. As soon as you start talking, or as soon as I pick up a phone, it's like they're in competition with who can be loudest. I mean, I can't even hear myself. It's just easier coming to the car because it's peace and quiet and nobody has to get out of my way. Everyone can just carry on chilling and doing what they're doing. Right, so I'll see you in a minute, and I will take a look at Sam's stream, Sam and Yabba, and see what they uncovered in the mystery of the missing receipts. Sorry, I'm back. Right, one other part of this that was strikingly odd was the way that Blue Ridge was treated. It was, I don't know. I mean, it was just, apart from it being cruel and callous, it was odd because I saw Blue Ridge go in Randi's stream that she had the other day, and there was some allegation of some kind that maybe people asking questions about that were being timed out by Diane. No, I don't know anything about that. Sorry, I've got a bloody hair. Flipping dog hairs all over me. I mean, if you listen to how Diane communicated with her, I mean, there was no, there was just no care, was there? No humility or anything in her voice. Very crass and cold. And right, if it doesn't matter how many times you run through this in your mind. If it was you, right, if you were innocent and you had the receipts, there wouldn't be, you'd be confident, wouldn't you? And it's the confidence now that's gone. It's dissipated. We've gone from last week, which is why I wanted to like kind of cover it, to track and observe the behaviours that were going on, right? Because it's like interesting and mind-blowing all at the same time. I mean, you want to see it, but at the same time you don't, but you just can't take your eyes away, right? You just can't pull your eyes away, like, oh, so, but the way she's being, she's not her usual Jovie, full of banter, Diane self, is she? Like, that, probably made that statement a bit too soon, that she's, she was sounding confident with her statement that she's good with God, because she certainly doesn't sound confident now. And now her friends picked up that term, and she's saying, you know, she's good with God, things are fine, she's nothing to worry about. I'm glad to see that Wendy did go on Sam and Yabbers, because the worst thing for those two right now is to hide away. And I can totally understand how emotional and stressful and awful it must be, right? I get it. But because everyone's watching, and we still actually officially don't even know what the outcome is going to be. That's what put a lot of people off with Awesome Hooker, because she took herself away. I mean, she was, as if you wouldn't know, you're too upset, too emotional, too messed up in the head to, you know, it's the whole thing of grief hitting you, isn't it? Being mind blown about something. So just this leading up to how it is now, this big build up, I wouldn't blame them for wanting to disappear. And last night, Randi was supposed to go live. Then she put a thing on a community post saying, no, I'm going to be taking a break, and it's a long one. So you're left like, what the hell? Like, she had some news, some bad news in relation to this, where she just feels like, you know what, I can't face people. But then at the same time, she's getting shit, she's taking heat, she's taking bullets. But, you know, you've got to be self-responsible. To some degree. But this is what I was saying in my last video. This is the cycle of the internet. This is what happens. And it doesn't matter what kind of people, like even if we're the most sanest, rational, calmest people going, because of the subject matter, children with cancer and missing receipts and unaccounted for money, and an identity of a person that nobody can verify they've even seen on FaceTime. I mean, why the bloody hell wouldn't people be going nuts? Why would they not be going nuts or have some worry or concern that there's something wrong with this whole picture? Right, so I'll find the clip on Sam's that I was supposed to be doing. Right, bye. Yeah, we're back. Right, so I found one of the crucial bits in Sam and Yabba's live last night, which was excellent. In one way, it was good to see Wendy cut up a bit, and at least it looked like she's got two people that you know, they're not shunning her, they weren't giving her a hard time, and she seemed happy enough to be up there. She didn't seem like she felt stressed and harassed, even though she probably did, but you know, she pulled it off. But this part, as she's leaving the panel, pay attention to this part.
Why not?
Hang on, just let me turn it up.
I'll see you guys later.
Let me rewind.
Okay, thank you.
But are you going to be on Diane's channel tomorrow?
No, she won't be. Clock it.
Why not?
I'll see you guys later. See ya.
Oh,
I did for obvious reasons. What did I miss? She no longer.
So they ask her, will you be on Diane's panel tomorrow, which would be tonight? And Randi, we know, had already said earlier on in the week that she was working on Friday night, so we know that Randi won't be on panel with Diane tonight. And Wendy was very evasive, and you know, it was left like, no, she won't be up there. And the way that, see, it's not always what is present, it's about what isn't present, right? And what wasn't present was her saying, no, you know, I won't be there, but she'll be good, she'll be fine, she's going to get it all sorted, I've got faith in her, right? It's say, you know, everybody keep your cool, keep your confidence in her, she's going to be live tonight or tomorrow. You know, I don't know, she didn't instill, again, any confidence into the people. We are left with more questions, more red flags, which are just growing by the hour at this stage. And I don't believe, I'm going to put it out there now, and I hope I'm wrong, from the body language in her words that she used when she was on Randi's panel, Diane, from the tone and the language used by Randi in her own stream while she was with Diane, the tone of Wendy right there as she's leaving, I ain't feeling confident. Is anybody else? Like, what does everybody else think? Is this just something and nothing? Is everyone being dramatic for views, holding off, keeping everybody guessing? Because I can't imagine you would allow all this kind of damage to happen to a community that you allegedly care about if you could shut it all down and stop it all with confidence because you have the receipts and things to show what went where. I mean, it just leaves you with more questions than it answers every time one of them, like even when Randi did the community post, I mean, you can't help it. The ruminating kicks in. Well, what's that about? Why is she doing that? And it's not about prying. It's like, why is everyone's behaviour weird? Why? Why is everyone's behaviour weird? Well, people's behaviour is usually weird when something's wrong, isn't it? So something's wrong. I'm going with the behaviour. I'll go with the behaviour every time. Something's clearly wrong. That's what I believe. From everything that we're seeing, something's wrong. I do not think she will be live tonight. I just don't. I don't know what excuse she's going to put out. I don't know what she's going to do. I don't know if she's going to pull it off and come out there reigning supreme, slap all the receipts down on the table and tell us all to F you. Time will tell, I guess, won't it? Time will tell. And again, with me racing against the daylight over here, I suppose I better get off and get on with my day. Cleo needs walking. So if you want to share your thoughts in the comment section, feel free. Thumbs up or down, either is fine. What are you thinking? Are you team receipts, team Diane? You confident that she's going to pull this out of the bag and shut everybody down? Or are you doubting? Because with what we're seeing and hearing right now, I don't think you'd be human not to have some concern or worry creeping in at the back of your mind, like, what is going on? Because even if you look at her tone and her demeanour at the Google Meet, right? For me there, she felt very flat as well, but like she was faking it, right? But then if you compare her voice and her tone, how she spoke when she was on Randi's, I mean, she just sounded like she just sounded like somebody defeated that knew they wasn't going to be able to get around this or come out from under this as a champion. That's how I took it. That's what the vibes I picked up. It was a very streamlined chat. It was very controlled. You could feel the tension, right? And the verbiage that her friends have used, you know, or hinted towards when they're saying things like, I didn't know how far you wanted to talk about it, or I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, I might get into trouble. If everything was fine and you've got the receipts and your friend's confident and there's nothing to worry about, there wouldn't be anything that you could say that could get her into trouble, would there? There wouldn't be anything you could say that would get her into trouble because she's not done anything wrong. So, Jesus, get praying, all right? Get praying, because I don't want to watch the carnage from this if this goes the way it's looking like it's going to go, put it that way. I mean, your subs and followers. And what with that game as well with James NC, where she was, if you looked at her original community post, it was gloating about that she'd shown somebody 3 receipts, right? Then if you looked at it a few hours later, MFW had posted this Valentine's wish, this Valentine, you could make online e-card, e-Valentine's kind of card for one of the kids at St. Jude, right? So she'd shared the link because it's obviously coming up. Anyway, a few hours later, Diane had edited her community post where it was, you know, all about gloating that James had been given proof and, you know, pretty much saying how confident and cool she was, and, you know, she's not a care in the world. The complete opposite to how she seemed on Randi's panel. But then a few hours later, she'd edited it and put the Valentine's Day e-card making thing in for St. Jude. So I was like, you've clearly seen that. Well, that's the vibe I got. You've seen that on MFW's. Have you seen that and you've then shared it? Because if you were in touch with them a lot, wouldn't you have known about that ahead of time? Or I don't know, it just seemed staged, because I thought that isn't what you did this post for. You did this post to gloat about this guy apparently sending 1,500 to St. Jude if you agreed to show him some receipts, and apparently she showed him 3 that he can't share with anybody. It's just between him and her. I'm just like, why are you playing games? Why? See, these, right? It's like narcissistic games. For what? For what? Anyway, I'm flat now. I have nothing more to say on this matter. My head is just going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, wondering, thinking, trying to bloody decide what the hell's going on, what I think's going on. Is she just playing games? But like I said in my first part of this, there's an empathy question for me. If you can watch all this carnage and the collateral damage from the fallouts and not give a shit or care enough to stop it at your earliest opportunity. This has been dragged out and dragged out and dragged out until now. She's nowhere to go. Her back's up against the wall. It's show the receipts, or, well, I don't think there is an or, is there? Because even if she starts coming online and streaming and refuses point blank to talk about it, there's so much doubt there now. There's so much doubt. Could she get away with not showing him and continuing on a channel the way she has been? I don't think she could. Not when one of your policies is receipts or it didn't happen. I mean, how can she? Because they can say, she can say as arrogantly as she likes, I don't need to show anything, right? Just that attitude, I don't need to. Well, why do you not want to? For a start, why do you not want to? Never mind, you don't need to. Why do you not want to show them? Why would you not want to show some official papers that prove you're as honest as you say you are when you're on panel? Too many things, too many question marks, too many red flags. I'm going to cross everything that tonight goes swimmingly and the community get the results they want to get, which I believe, you know, a huge portion of them, even the ones on team receipts, want this to just be something and nothing. I think people would prefer to live with the idea that she's dragged this out but is honest than the alternative, that we have no clue who this person is and she isn't in fact honest at all. This whole thing's just been a scam. The amount of people I've spoke to, even the ones that really believe that she's guilty, and this is all about delaying things and putting it off and trying to, you know, just delay things to try and work a sly way around them. Even those people, they want this to be not the case that she's a shady AF person. They don't, the amount of people I've spoken to about it, nobody wants to believe or wants it to be true that this person is a rip-off merchant. Nobody does. Me included, right? It's just worrying how she got off Sam's panel. It's going over my head. Let's listen to it again, how she abruptly
Supports
leaves.
Diane. I'll see you guys later. See ya. What happened?
Be on Diane's channel tomorrow?
No, she won't be. Clock it.
Why not?
I'll see you guys later. See ya. What happened?
The stutter. I'll see you guys later. Problems in paradise? Who knows? But if there is, you know what? Wendy has every right to be pissed at her friend, annoyed with her, fuming with her, all the rest of it. So, you know, Diane, no matter what, has to take some responsibility for her part in this, because if she'd have just shown them at monthly or quarterly intervals without even being asked, if they were just always out there, none of this would have been able to grow. All right, none of it would. If she'd have listened to one of us back then when we'd just ask about the receipts or where she'd put them, she'd just bark at you and shoot you down like you're a stupid fool, not worthy of her time or attention. I mean, oh my God. Right, so until the next time, love lots, stay safe, see you soon, bye for now.